All right. Oh, man. What's up, peeps? What's good? What is good in the hood? Man. What's up? What's up, man? What's up, VJ? What's up, Amadou? What's up, JJ? What's up, Daniel? How everybody doing? Oh, it is Monday, isn't it? That's why I feel like this. I feel blah, bro. I feel blah. Desmond, what's up, man? What's up, Serge? Patrick, Thomas, Patrick again, Abe, Jay, Kai, the Biscuit Buddy. What's up? Sorry, your letterbox review of City Guide. I want to hear your opinion. One of the greatest movies I've ever watched. Yeah, I had to add it to. I hate that I never seen it, bro. But to be honest, when I was gonna watch it, I was like a teenager, and I don't know if I would have appreciated it. So it's good that I watch it now that I'm older. Yeah, dude, it moved. In my list, my amazing films that won't waste your time, it made it all the way to 7. It skyrocketed all the way to 7, dude. It was so good. That's a great film. I don't even know what to say about it. It's brutal. It kind of reminds me of Goodfellas a little bit, where it starts off and it's a lot of fun and you're meeting the characters. You're like, I'm having a good time. Like, oh, this is dangerous, but I'm having a good time. And then you just get the harsh reality of the situation as it goes on. And I just, man, that one scene with the 2 kids, if you know what I'm talking about, that made me sick, bro. That was so hard to watch. It's so amazing. It's in my top 4. It's so good, bro. It's so freaking good. Stylistically, direction, writing, acting. It's basically a perfect film. It's basically perfect. So ridiculously good. Conclave was good. I have to watch Conclave. I've heard mixed things about it, though. But yeah, I guess I should say this. Anybody, go watch City of God if you're interested. I also saw Sinners for a second time. And yeah, it's better the second time, but I still don't give it a 5. It's still 4.5. I still love it, though. I don't even remember where I put Sinners on this list. 38. I probably should adjust this. It's probably a little lower than 38. But I'll keep it here for now. Yeah, it's probably a little bit lower, honestly. Right, I'll put it behind Fight Club. Actually, I'm going to adjust that now. There we go. Yeah, I give it's ahead of I, Tonya, but crap. Wait, is there a new Mission Impossible? I need to catch up on all the Mission Impossibles. I just saw the first Mission Impossible for the first time the other day. So you can go to my profile. You can see. Well, actually, that's not my profile. Go to my profile. You'll see that I just reviewed the Mission Impossible. That's my review. You like my review? You guys like my review of Mission Impossible? Pretty awesome, right? Do you get it? Drive Bailey? No. Dun 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 dun. Dude, Time. This is also a great movie. Hold on, let me add this to my list. I don't think I actually added it on my list. I had to have added it. No, I had to have added it. Let's see if I did. Okay, I guess I did. All right, where should you go? It's ahead of Talk to Me, ahead of Gone Girl, ahead of Sound of Metal. Let's keep going. Head of Heretic. Yep. Keep going. Oh, let's calm down. Ahead of Scott Pilgrim. Let's relax. Oddity, let's relax a little bit. I'll put it ahead of Warrior. There we go. 103. Dope. You've seen End of Watch, banger? I seen End of Watch when it first came out. I have to rewatch it. Jake Gyllenhaal's my favorite actor, so that's a movie I need to rewatch. I don't know how I feel about it now. Have you seen Evangelion? How do you say it? Genesis Evangelion? I actually never watched it. You're talking about the anime, right? I actually never watched it. I plan to, though. Isn't it on Netflix? Where are the DBZ movies at? Come on, let's be real here. We're talking about amazing films. I feel like I need to put that in a different list. Definitely check Evangelion. It's GOAT status. Yeah, are there separate series under Evangelion? Evangelion? Oh my gosh. Or is there only one Evangelion? For sure. Go to in sub, Netflix, dub, buns. Okay, yeah, I would watch sub anyways. Where's Lord of the Rings? You got to give me a second, because I have to admit to you guys, I never finished Lord of the Rings. I still got one more movie. I got the third one. The first two are great, though. Clan, when you get a chance, rewatch the party scene in City of God. It summarized the entire film in one scene. Absolutely brilliant. There's a couple party scenes. I guess I know what you're talking about, though. When a certain someone dies. Such a weird feeling with Giannis. Okay. The farewell party. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Have you seen Blue Giant yet? Is a jazz anime film? No. I never heard of it. Blue Giant. What the heck? 2023? It's that good, huh? He looked like the main character from Monster. I might watch this tonight. Where can I check it out at? You can rent it or... Oh, it's on Netflix? Alright. I might watch it tonight. Pan's Labyrinth. Oh, I need to add that to my list too. Yeah, maybe I'll watch this tonight. Alright. Cool. Alright, yeah, I'll check it out. Alright, but I'm gonna be real with you guys, okay? I don't want to be on super late. So we're gonna zoom through some of these. Clan, I think you genuinely the only live streamer I actually try to tune into when I can. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Spurs reporter had big news earlier. What was the news? Cool, we might be going over it. What was the news? So, while you tell us that, let's go ahead and dive into this. All right. Okay. All right. Chat a tat. Chat a tat. So I came across something the other day, and I thought it was worth noting. But there's been an update since, so I don't know. I don't really know what to think of this. But Blake Wesley, his Instagram account, and I checked, it was true. Everything was gone, right? All of his posts were gone. Any description he had was gone. We know that the Spurs are going to get Dylan Harper, right? Like, there's no and ifs or buts about it. The only way they don't get him is if, for some reason, the Mavs grab him, right? Like, that's basically it. There is a 100% chance at this point that they take Dylan Harper, and they're comfortable with that. And it doesn't look like there's any signs, and it's Spurs' nature not to do this, but any signs that they're going to trade away their second round pick. Nor should they, really, right? So with that being said, we know that we're about to have 3 guards, and we're not one of those situations where we have a bunch of guards, but we don't know like who can take the reign and be the next point guard or the next whatever. That's not going to be the case, right? We got some very talented guards coming to the Spurs pretty soon. Or we already have one, and we're going to talk about Stephon Castle later in a different segment. But Stephon Castle, we have Fox, and now Dylan Harper. Those are 3 guards in and of itself that are definitely going to get playing time. Like no ifs, ands, buts about that. Now, as far as who's going to be the future point guard, kind of tough to say, but I would bank on Dylan Harper rather than Stephon Castle, only because Castle, I don't know if he'll be a full-time point guard. He's going to do fine. He's going to do great, but he's more of a combo guard, and Dylan Harper will be closer to someone who can just take over more of a primary point guard. But he's considered a combo guard as well. But anyways, with that being said, I think this is the most talent we've had at the guard position. So the question has remained, where does Blake Wesley fit into this? I still think that he can have a place with the team, right? I think that he's good enough defensively and just what he brings that he can do it. But also, we have to be honest in saying the Spurs probably more than likely aren't going to extend him or Malachi Branham's contract, right? So I saw this, and the next thing I saw, which take this with a grain of salt, okay? This person right here, I don't even know if that's a real photo, honestly. This person is often right about things, but also he's usually right because it's just so obvious and everyone already knows. So it's kind of, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. But anyways, this post here says the Spurs have done their due diligence regarding Giannis and will not table on offer the Milwaukee, citing the concerns with salary further down the line. Actually, this isn't even the one that I wanted to show you. Yeah, this isn't the one I wanted to show you. It was one regarding Blake. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt, but I think it is true, nonetheless. Let's see. All right, here we go. Sources within San Antonio's camp are telling me Blake Wesley and Malachi Branham will not be extended this offseason. More to come. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This person is not very reliable, but a lot of things that he says, it ends up being true, but it's only true because we already knew it. So I don't know. The guy's a troll for real. Yeah, it's hit or miss. I'm just gonna say it's very hit or miss. Okay, this is not somebody that you need to like bank all your hopes on. But I will say that this statement in and of itself is probably more than likely true. I think most people probably agree with that anyway. He's been wrong thousands of times. Yeah. It's. I just wanted to show you that this is what I saw. So I'm taking you down my rabbit hole. Okay. So I initially saw this, and then someone tagged me in this, or actually sent this to me, and I was like, okay. I mean, I guess, but I'm sure that this person is only banking off on the fact that this happened, right? But most recently, the update is it's all restored. So I'm quite confused. I don't really know what's going on here. I don't know if it was just some issues with his Instagram account. I mean, a lot of times when players take all of their photos off, that means something's about to happen. Just being transparent with you guys, just being completely honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a lot of Blake Wesley, or if the Spurs make a move and just not have Blake Wesley come back. I wouldn't be surprised by it. Do I want him? Of course I do. Do I think that Spurs have too many guards? No, I don't. I don't necessarily think that's the case whatsoever. I think in today's NBA, you can afford to have quite a few guards. And let's not act like we got a bunch of 6-footers walking around, right? Dylan Harper, he has some strength on him. The whole point of the Spurs getting Stephon Castle was because he was strong and he can guard multiple positions, 1 through 3, essentially. He can fit in 1 through 3 at times, 3 at times, 1 and 2 more than likely. But he's a flex player. Like, that's what he was with UConn. He wasn't just the primary point guard the entire time. He did lots of different things that they needed him to do. So I'm not bought into you can only have this amount of guards or else your team is ruined. I don't think that that's true. Okay. Is it true that we need a small forward? Yes. Is it true that we need a backup center? Yes. Is it true that we need a secondary scorer for the future next to Wemby? Definitely yes, right? Probably the most important thing that we need, and I think Dylan Harper can be that. And as far as Blake Wesley, I think that he can get minutes. But yeah, so the one player, though, out of all of this that I think is more than likely, Blake Wesley, I think he has a fit with the team. But Malachi, I don't know, guys. I don't know. And a couple of reasons why I don't know what's going to happen with Malachi is, number one, it didn't really look like, at least throughout this season, that Mitch Johnson was sold on giving him a substantial amount of minutes. He didn't play at all. While Blake Wesley eventually got to see some of those minutes, it never happened for Malachi. I think they even put him in the G League at one point. Like, we were not seeing any Malachi Branham whatsoever. I didn't agree with that, because a lot of times when the Spurs are going to games, their mindset was, we're going to try to shoot the lights out. And I'm like, okay, if we're just going to continuously throw up threes, why not we just put Malachi Branham in there? He's one of the best three-point shooters we got on the team. But, hey, they didn't really do that. And the other reason, though, I don't know how he fits is Malachi Branham has basically been relegated to a catch-and-shooter role. And while he's good at it, I don't think that that's the best thing that he brings to the table, right? I think that he's actually much better with the ball in his hands, where he can run the pick and roll, take advantage of those mid-range shots, take advantage of his 3-level scoring threat that he definitely has. But the Spurs don't really need him for that. Now that we have Fox, right? Now that we have Dylan Harper, now that we have Stephon Castle doing quite a bit, I just don't think that I don't know how you fit Malachi Branham into this unless you relegate him to a catch and shoot role, essentially. And I don't know. It seems like you're really tailoring a lot just to Malachi when we're probably not going to be ran the most efficiently just doing that. So I do think that he has a great future, or I won't say great. I would say he has a very good future in the NBA. And, maybe another team cannot use that, or they need a player that can run the offense a little bit off the bench. But us, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. So me personally, I don't think Malachi really has much of a future with this for those two reasons. Coach doesn't seem to think so, unless that changes next season. And his play style, I don't know how it fits. It seems like we would really have to force it. He's a good player. He's a fine player, but I just don't know. And then as far as Blake Wesley is concerned, you can just kind of bring him in when guys need rest, and he brings that defensive intensity no matter what. We know that De'Aaron Fox really likes him. We know that he's a really great locker room guy. But based on what people have told us, we can see how he's just excited every single game. He has the same amount of energy on the bench regardless. So he's a really great bench guy, and I think that the Spurs can build him up and really utilize Blake. And with his immense athleticism, with having De'Aaron Fox who can run down the court at sonic speed, Blake Wesley fits that as well, right? So if you have to sit Fox, you have to sit a couple of your players and throw him in there, you're not going to be losing too much of a beat. He's not as good as the other guys, but he'll do just fine. So I do believe in Blake. This might be a cause of concern. Just wanted to bring it to your attention, but it could also just been something weird going on with his account. I don't know. But like I said, it went blank. It went ghost. There were plenty of rumors about the San Antonio Spurs getting another, well, it's not a rumor. It's definitely going to happen. Us getting another guard. And he doesn't seem like the type, I need to say this too. He doesn't seem like the DeJounte Murray type that's going to just go against every, like go on social media and just talk trash about the team, or go on social media and just wipe everything as a sign of protest. A lot of times players will just do this because they're preparing for another team. Whereas DeJounte, when he did it, it was literally because he got benched. There was no, I don't know if you guys remember this. I remember going off about this and people did not like that I had an issue with it. I actually went on Instagram Live after it happened, but the Spurs a few years back, They end up sitting DeJounte after he was injured and he came back. They started him. The team didn't look that great, right? They looked better with Derek White. Obviously, they played a whole season with them. They went to the playoffs with them. So Popovich ended up sitting DeJounte, started Derek, and then DeJounte went to his Instagram account, wiped out Spurs point guard, and then unfollowed all of his teammates. It was kind of ridiculous, and it's like it felt like only me and a few other people noticed it, which bothered me. But then not too long after that, he ended up getting the starting position again, and then miraculously, Spurs point guard was back in his bio. So, but I don't think that's one of these situations. It might have literally been, hey, he got some news, and maybe he wanted to, get cleared out for another team, or it could have been, hey, literally just an issue with his account. So, but thought I'd just bring it to your attention. It was running around Spurs Twitter a little bit, so just thought you should know about it. But yeah. Talking about Giannis. Let's see. All right, guys. All right. Speaking of Spurs future, I've been talking about this guy a little bit, and I want to show you a little something, okay? This guy right here. Hold on. I'll start with this. You might not know who this is. This guy right here. I don't know much about him either, but I heard he's a pretty good player in the NBA, right? Apparently he's like 6'8" or something, 7-foot guy. I don't know much about him. But I know that he is pretty good. That's what people tell me. But there's another player that I've actually been looking into that I really like, and I'm hoping that the Spurs can manage to get him. And I'll go into a little more detail on what I'll be willing to do to get him. But that second player is back here. Okay. So while this guy is probably okay, I mean, I hear he's all right or whatever, this guy is the GOAT. So that's Maxim Reo. He's a French player out of Stanford. He is a big man. I think he's 7'1". I think someone told me he's 7'1" without shoes. Doesn't really matter, but he's listed as 7'1". Very skilled player. Oh, this is that guy again. Very skilled player. And I like everything about him, I'll be honest with you. While I think that he needs to build a little bit of strength, he is really good when it comes to shots around the basket. He has great shooting touch. He plays with a lot of heart on both ends of the court. Really good defender. Not the best defender in the world, but really good defender. I think this guy could probably learn a thing or two from Reno. But here is actually what's interesting. So yes, you see them in the gym together. They actually worked out together recently, and I showed you guys photos of them two before, because Wemby is a legit friend of his. Like, we have that photo of them playing chess together. You can watch a couple videos back on that. It might have been under the "This is the guy I want" video. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it was the "This is the guy I want" video. So that's a few videos back. So you can watch it. But yeah, so they have a photo together playing chess. Also, when you go back to, and this is something that we completely didn't know about, we completely missed. If you recall that viral footage of Wembanyama putting the moves on Gobert when he was like 16 years old, Reno was actually in that. They were playing 2v2 and he was on Wemby's team. Didn't realize that till now, but it's pretty great, right? And another thing about this photo that actually makes it pretty awesome is, you guys know I want Reno. I want the basketball guys to make that happen. But also, is it just me? It could just be me. But does Wemby look a little bigger? His shoulders look a little broader, right? Titan says Wemby looks bigger. That's what I was thinking. I see it too. Yeah, I think he got a little bigger. A little bit more defined, right? That was one thing we were wondering. It's like, how much more strength can he put on, or how much more weight can he put on with, the blood clot and everything. But he looks great. Bro can't stop growing. We don't need him to like get any taller. Okay, that actually would be a really bad idea. Wemby filling out, wrapped it up. NBA, we went in for a decade. A decade. Make it 2. Eat that protein. Eat that protein. Eat that protein. So that's them. You can see Reno takes the game very seriously. But honestly, guys, I truly do want him on the team. I truly do. So the question is, what would you be willing to give up? Now, I got to be realistic here. I don't know if I take him 14. I don't know. I guess it really depends on how far up he goes into this draft. But I just don't know if I'm willing to use my 14th pick for him, especially when we're going to have so many small forwards available, and you know that the Spurs desperately need one. I want to say this as well. Dylan Harper, day one, he could start, right? Day one, he could get significant minutes in the NBA. Our 14th pick, regardless of who it is, whether it's Fleming, whether it's Carter Bryant, that's who I'm kind of high on right now, and we'll look at more players as it go. They're probably not going to they'll get minutes, but I don't know if they'll get significant time. Where we still need probably Barnes to take on the small forward role for at least a season so they can get used to the NBA and everything. But I do think that getting a small forward at 14 makes the most sense. But I will say I will be willing to trade up with Reno. Because as it stands right now, I don't know if he's going to land to us. His stock has been improving significantly so. To the point where I don't know if he's going to be in the second round anymore. He might legit end up being the first round. But 14th pick just seems so high, right? It just seems so high. So, but I will be willing to trade up. At this point, now what would I be willing to give up? 2026 is our bread and butter, okay? This is actually going to be the last year, at least this is what I'm expecting. This should be the last year of the San Antonio Spurs having this high of a pick, unless it comes from Atlanta, which it very much so could, right? But as far as our personal picks, I think this will be the last time in a very long time that the Spurs have this opportunity. So you don't want to squander it, right? You want to get as much talent as you humanly can in this draft. So if I'm the Spurs, I would try to use all 3 of my picks. If they do it or not, who knows? But I would attempt to. I would at least attempt to, because this is a deep draft. But I don't know if he lands all the way to 38. So what I'm looking at is you have, and this is the great thing about piling on as many freaking picks as you can. I guess it just depends on how high the Spurs are on him and how badly Wemby wants him with us. But if you look at this right here, we got quite a few second round picks in 2026, right? Quite a few second round picks. I would be willing to give up a couple of these. You're not going to use all these. I'll be willing to give up a couple of these, and along with this year's second, just to move up in the first round if it means I can get Reno. That's how much I like him. And that's how much I think that he will fit with this team. But I guess we'll just kind of wait and see on that and see what comes of it. But those are my initial thoughts, right? Like, you have all these second round picks. Why not try to make something happen with that, you know? Oh, look at that. He says, chat, after further relegation, I've changed my mind and joined the Harper train. Hey, man, welcome. 2 to 4 second rounders. I give him 2 in 2026 and then ours in this year. And that way we'll get to keep those other 2. But overall, though, regardless, the Spurs are in a great position. They're going to be fine. I'm not bought in on disrupting anything at this point. Why? What's the point, you know? Let's just keep growing, keep doing our thing. I mean, we're only going into year, 3 of Wemby? Of the Wemby? Yeah, we're only going to year 3. I mean, we should make the playoffs. If they don't, I'm going to be highly disappointed. So we'll make some noise. I mean, let's just keep going, you know? I don't think we should disrupt it too much. But yeah. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Just wanted to show you this. I'm sure that that's not it. Just want to show you this. I thought that you guys would find that interesting. That here they are literally hanging out once again. So literally right after we did a video on Reno and Wemby, here they are again. And shout out to Wemby's burner for tagging me. I think it was someone else that tagged me as well, but I can't see it at the moment. Or maybe, actually, I think someone else posted these photos, and then they tagged me in that one. But yeah, so shout out to Wemby's burner. This is the first one I saw. Good stuff, though. Save this. Okay, I saw what somebody said about Giannis. Yeah, that was actually... We're not there yet, but, I mean, I guess we can skip around. You guys want to skip around? Let's skip around. We're going to skip to it. We'll skip to it. We'll skip to it because someone in the chat brought it up. The Giannis situation. I literally just did a video on an update, and now we got a bigger update, and now my opinion has become even stronger. That I don't want to do anything. Stay the course starters: Fox, Harper, Devo, Sohan, Wemby, bench, Castle, Julian, KJ, Barnes. Okay. Depth: Wesley, Branham, Bryant. You mean Mamu? Mamu? You said Manu. Mamu probably won't be here. He's going to chase the money. It feels like a Boban situation. Like, you got to go get paid. But yeah, and then you said Reno. All right, so guys, the Giannis situation. I think it's time to hang it up. I think it's absolutely time to hang it up. So this is from Sam Amick. I ended up Googling it, and yeah, it is from Sam Amick. He says the Milwaukee Bucks front office wants every scenario to gut the other team in any potential Giannis trade talks, and GM John Horst, hopefully I said that right, is going to go for blood after getting a new contract extension. So I think that this is like, just to say he wants every scenario to gut the other team. I don't know. That seems a little harsh language, but I get what they're saying, and we can read on. So John is not going to just try to be on good terms with Giannis. He's trying to do right by the Bucks. That is a red flag for us, guys. That is an absolute red flag for us. Like I said before, funny enough, I didn't foresee this happening, right? I said, if Giannis says he wants to go to the Spurs, you make it happen. And I knew that you would have a lot more leverage. And I know the San Antonio Spurs are going to make a good deal that won't necessarily screw us over for the future, right? Like that was my mindset there. Like, kind of like Giannis falling in our lap a little bit. We're going to give you something, but maybe we can get another team involved. But everyone knows we're on the same page. Giannis wants to come to the Spurs, and then the Bucks will try to do right by him while also getting as much as they can out of it. If this is true and they're not worried whatsoever what Giannis wants, we're screwed. We're cooked when it comes to trying to get him over to San Antonio. I'm good. I'm all right. You can have him, because that's not a good sign, y'all. And it says, and that means that if every scenario and play leaves the other team so gutted that Giannis might not actually be in that much better of a situation, then maybe that's where he looks at the room and says, all right, let me stay put. Yikes. So they're definitely playing big business moves here, right? Basically saying, oh yeah, you can go to that team, whatever team. Yeah, you can go there. But we're just going to take everything from them, and you're going to be in the exact same situation you're in now. So what you want? That's tough. I think as a Bucks fan, I would be happy with this, right? But if you're a fan of any other team that had hopes to get Giannis, yeah. But moving on, this is another quote from Sam about the situation. Giannis is one who is in charge, is what he has to say. He's talking to people right now, trying to get various opinions on how people see the situation. Historically, what will happen next is he and his agent and also his European agent will sit down with John Horst, the Bucks GM, and hear John's vision for what he wants to do. And as the vision makes him happy, then all the noise goes away. And if it doesn't, he doesn't even necessarily ask out at that point. It might be another meeting where he says, no, that doesn't sound good. Let's come up with another plan. So I think it's going to be a drawn out process, to be honest. So usually when this happens, when all of this starts coming out and like players are iffy and they're not trusting the front office, and you usually don't just gain that trust back, at least from recent memory of what I can think of. A lot of times guys just end up leaving, right? Or they're so disgruntled till you get forced to a situation where you have to trade them. And I wouldn't be surprised if Giannis just gets to that situation. I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks have done a phenomenal job of keeping talent around him or creating a strong enough team to compete for another championship. It was a really bad idea to just team him up with Dame and just think that, okay, super teams work. They don't really work anymore, right? You can't really have super teams in the NBA anymore. A lot of it's kind of built from the ground up, and you can't buy your team. That's how the new CBA is kind of set up. It's going to make it really difficult for you to just, buy a team. And at this point, it just doesn't look that great for the Bucks' future right now. So it's a lot of things playing into play right now, but I don't know, guys. I do know. I think the Spurs should stay away from this. I think we should stay as far away from getting Giannis as humanly possible. Number one, we want to stay in a situation where we have leverage over not just the Bucks, the teams as a whole around the NBA, right? We want to be successful for years to come. I think getting Giannis and gutting your team will make us successful for like a couple seasons. And maybe you get a championship, maybe in the next 3 years, maybe, possibly. Or you can just stay the course that you're at right now, right? As time goes on and the Spurs get better and better and better with this young core, you can start bringing in more veterans, more guys that's going to want to play with Wemby, that's going to chase after championships, that will take pay cuts, and you're really cooking, right? Make some good trades here and there, and you are cooking for a championship. But this right here just doesn't seem like it's a great idea, and it seems like it would just put us in a worse situation for the long run. So what's the point? Stay the course? That's what I'm saying. Just stay the course. What's the point? What's the point of doing any of it? I mean, like I said, it will be exciting to see Giannis and Wemby together, but will it actually help us in the long run? Probably not. Probably not. So, so that's the new update, and it's making me go even further towards not doing it at all. And like I said, you want leverage around the NBA, right? You do this, your leverage is just about gone. It's just about gone, right? It's just about gone. But if we can stay in the position we're at, where we're not on our heels, right? We have other teams on their heels. So if they have a player that's like, I want to leave and I want to go to San Antonio, hey, San Antonio's sitting back like, you need us more than we need you. Teams around the league know that your player wants to come to us, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do to bring them over? What are you willing to give, right? What's the least amount we can give you? And that's basically what happened with Fox. They were stuck in a situation where they had to move him, forced his way out. They had to move him. He says San Antonio. What do you do? Teams know he wants to go to San Antonio, so they're like, I don't want to get this player that's just going to be a rental and just going to leave soon. That's what you want. That's the type of power you want. And if we get him, we get rid of everything, all of our future picks. We can't really take on a you need us more than we need you type role anymore, right? Then it actually turns into a, hey, we low-key do need you so we can keep this going. What's the point of that? We set all this up for a reason. We're good to go, right? So, you got all these picks for a reason, man. You got all these picks for a reason. Not to say Giannis isn't worth these picks. I mean, he's worth a lot of picks. He's one of the greatest players of all time. But I don't think that we're in a position that we need to do it, nor will it help us. So, but yeah. Hey, Clan, was the draft rigged? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it really makes sense that the draft would be rigged. But who knows? All right. Okay, so... Oh, gosh, should I call people out? Okay, I won't call people out. I won't call people out. I won't show them. I won't show them. Very close to. I am very close to calling people out. I won't do it, though. But I'm very close. I'm very close. All right, so... Came across an old post of mine before the draft last year. And you can see these were my top 5 picks that I thought the San Antonio Spurs should get, right? Top 5 picks. I said Steph Castle, Modest Buzelis, Ron Holland, do that athleticism. Cody Williams, he's gonna need to take some time. And then my 5th was Rob Dillingham, right? So these are my top 5 players that I wanted the San Antonio Spurs to get last season. Very excited. I was very excited about Steph Castle, and when we grabbed him, I was like, oh, Modest Buzelis is right at 8. And then, you know, obviously, I think he wanted to go to the Bulls. I think that's why the Spurs didn't grab him. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But with that being said, these are my picks, and there were quite a few comments underneath. I'm not going to call those people out, right? I'm not going to show them. Maybe you saw a glimpse. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the post was under that. But it was quite a few people at that time not knowing what they were talking about. There were people saying Steph Castle isn't that good, or all I see is defense. What's so special? And it reeked of people just watching highlights, and that's it. You know, they're like, he's not that special. Oh, he's an off-ball player. He can't do anything on ball. Thanks for the super chat, Alex. He can't do anything on ball. You know, what's the use? Who cares? Why would you get him, right? But the one criticism that continued, and it is still here too, it's still prevalent. I mean, he just won Rookie of the Year, so people aren't going to be that harsh on him. But it's the shooting. He's a bad shooter. It just is what it is, guys. He's a bad shooter. I think that he was actually the worst outside shooter in the NBA at one point. I think up to February when we looked at it, he was like the worst, like the worst. And what was really disheartening for me, though, was Keldon Johnson was like 8th in the NBA is like how bad he was shooting. I don't know where they are now or what happened, but he was a really bad shooter all season long, obviously. Now, with that being said, that one criticism, because a lot of people will say, with a jump shot, he becomes an all-star, which I think to an extent they're right. But let me show you something, okay? We have an update. Fellas, ladies, and gentlemen, shout out to JB for posting this. We have an update. Let's take a look at how good our guard is looking. We got 2 videos here. I don't know what the second one is, and I only seen a glimpse of this one. So you're gonna watch. That was terrible. I would have hit that. Me personally. Beautiful. It's definitely flowing. Nice. Oh, dang. We said nice at the same time. Come on. Bang. That didn't swish. That's a bad shot. Beautiful. So you can see that his mechanics look a little bit smoother, right? Well, honestly, he already had pretty good mechanics, but you can just see that he's putting that work in, right? Like, one thing that really bothers me, how tall am I? I'm 6'3". One thing that really bothers me is a lot of people will see players that don't shoot that well, right, coming into the league. And I agree with you to an extent that, oh, this might be something that a player will struggle with for a while, right? I have no intention I'm telling you this. I'm being honest with you. And I think I said this back then. I had no intention whatsoever for Jeremy Sochan to be a okay shooter at all. Like, no intention whatsoever. Like, I thought, no intention whatsoever, because I thought that he would always just struggle with his shooting. And don't get me wrong, he's not a great three-point shooter or anything. Like, he's like 30% or whatever. But he's way better than I expected. And I think one thing about that is we really underestimate what having a NBA level crew and NBA level resources around you can do for your shooting, right? Like, it really can do a lot for your shooting. Vortex said cap. Cap about what? Which part? Are you talking about Alex asked me how tall I am? No, I legit am 6'3". I'm not capping about. Oh, why would I lie about that? It's not. I don't even see it that much of a. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So I think that we really underestimate that, and I think that is that is something that we need to take into account when you're talking about draft picks and picking up guys and all that good stuff. Is that, yes, while their shooting might not be the best, someone like Castle, who mechanics are on point, right? And he has the confidence to shoot that. One thing about, I hate to keep bringing up Sochan. No, I don't. One thing about Sochan is, funny, Castle, okay. I see Ben Simmons. I was about to literally just bring up Ben Simmons. I was going to say one thing that's promising from Castle and Sochan, and that's something that we can really be excited about, is that someone like Ben Simmons, who's not willing to shoot outside shots whatsoever, those two were willing. Like, they were actively willing to make those mistakes and try, and if that shot is open, they had enough confidence in themselves to let it rip for the most part, right? Castle even much more so, because his mechanics are just superior to what Sochan's were and is. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Now the second video here, I have no idea what it is. This is an interview? Hold on.
Thoughts? He said he ready. Let's work. Now breathe. Good.
Oh, nice.
Good. Find your spot. Drop step. Separate. Good. Then go. Good.
I would have blocked that, me personally. Nah, you're not shooting on me like that.
Get wide and push. Good. Good. Body up.
He's so good, bro. He's so smooth.
That was it. Good.
Not to call anybody out, but you see how tight his handles are? I actually saw somebody, or it was one of the replies in my tweet about the top 5 players I wanted. Someone saying, I don't believe in his ball handling. It was something in the lines of that. I'm like, what are you talking about? What have you watched? What?
Good. There we go. Get it up. There you go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Dude, I can only imagine how many shots they...
Get up out of here. Hey, Jay.
I can only imagine how many shots they put up a day, bro. But yeah. So I wanted to show you guys that, because I think that a lot of people have been worried about it, which, you know, it's fair to worry about it. But he's looking good. He's looking better and better. So that's another player that we should definitely keep an eye on going into this next season. But like I said, let's stop underestimating the power of having resources, right? It's just, don't underestimate it, okay? If you want to put the...
He said he ready. Let's work.
If you want to put the work in, you can make it happen. Hold on, let me read some of these comments. Castle's handles is very fundamental. Very functional. He gets where he wants with it. Yeah. He goes at his own pace. Not gonna lie, I ain't worried about his jumper. He has the work ethic. Yeah. Castle's gonna be our Manu of the future, all-star off the bench. Now I'm not putting Manu expectations on Castle. I am not putting Manu expectations on Castle. Yeah, I saw that. Clan, did you see the city of San Antonio approved a new stadium for us today? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'll be visiting San Antonio just to see that. Anyways, you said SGA's trainer? Oh, is that SGA's trainer? Oh, it goes deeper, huh? Let's see. All right, hold on. Let's look this person up. Oh, no. When I looked up SGA's trainer, somebody else come. But maybe SGA's worked out with this trainer before. Yeah, a few other trainers come up. Not him. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm excited. Who do you want at 14? Carter Bryant. That's who I want at the moment. Shout out from the Bahamas. Go Spurs, go. What's up, man? Give me a second. I gotta bring up this other video. All right, so guys, chat. You guys know I want Dylan Harper, and you know that the Spurs are going to go after Dylan Harper. I just saw a few people in the chat bring up, Clan, who do you want at 14? Because you know how huge I am on Reno. Now, this can change. I don't want Reno at 14, by the way. I think that's too high. I would like for us to trade up our second and maybe take a couple of the other seconds in 2026 and move up, but I don't want to move up. Or I don't want to take him at 14. I think that might be too high, even though his stock is increasing. But I guess it depends on where he lands. With that being said, I was really thinking about Carter Bryant. I really like Carter Bryant. Now, there's other players as well that we're going to look into, and this can change, right? We do this every year. My opinion is one thing, and players, go up and down on the list the more I look into guys and the more we talk about them. But right now, Carter's my guy. Carter Bryant's my guy. I really like him. I like that. I like his defense. I like the upside. I like his feel for the game. Right. I like his shooting ability. I know that statistics wise, like he doesn't average that much, but he's definitely one of those guys where he's probably going to need 1 year, at least one solid year, before we can really get the huge benefit of having a player like that. But I like him. Right. I like him a lot. And that's right now who I would take it at 14. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm feeling, right? I just like him that much. He's a very good player. With that being said, this was something that I did not see coming. I'll be honest with you guys. I did not see this coming. There is footage of our boy, Dylan Harper. I know he looks a little different. I know he looks a little strange. Okay, his hair looks much better now. Dylan Harper working out or playing next to Carter Bryant. So this is Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant are teamed up at Wooden? Wait, how would you say that? Is it 150? I guess it would be 15-0. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, so this is back in 2023. And this is them on a team together, if you wonder what that would look like. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh, no copyright music, is it? No, we're good. Beautiful pass. Okay, Dylan Harper looks way different. Carter Bryant don't look that different. He does look a little bit stronger, though. He's a little bit more bulky. Now, look at that pass. Love to see it. Look at that. Kobe Bryant. We know what Dylan Harper can do. Look at this man. It's destiny, guys. It's literally destiny. Dunk on him. Beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, so as you can see, they were on a squad together at one point. They played together. They know each other. It's not that shocking, right? A lot of NBA players do know each other, or because all of them are top athletes, so they come across each other as some tenure of their young athletic careers. But with that being said, I just think it's just so many things lining up, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy. Okay, I really don't. But I just love when there's certain guys that I really like, and then we look into it and they have somewhat of a connection, right? Like, you guys know I loved Sohan before we drafted him. I was like, Spurs, please draft so. I got lucky two drafts in a row, by the way. But I want you guys to know this. I used to not care about the draft at all, right? I don't think any of us did. If anyone says they did, you're lying. Okay, they're absolutely lying. If you're a Spurs fan and you said like 10 years ago you cared about the draft, you're lying. You're lying to everyone, okay? You cared about who was on the team, and you figured, the Spurs front office will figure that out, whatever, they'll be okay, and whatever. But you did not actually care who we drafted, right? We drafted them, we looked at some highlights, we're like, cool, it works, right? Got Kyle Anderson. He ran -5 miles per hour, and we were like, yeah, cool, that's good enough. Like, no one cared. No one did not. I love Kyle Anderson, by the way, but no one cared. But at this point, I've really been looking into it, and I've gotten pretty lucky. Like, the last 2 drafts, the guys that I wanted, the Spurs got. Like, well, actually, last 3 drafts, technically, everyone wanted Wemby, so that's not a special one. But I wanted Sohan, and they grabbed him. This is when I really started paying attention and keying in, locking in. That was a guy that I wanted before the Spurs got him. I was really wanting them. I was shooting for them to get him. And then they got Wemby. Obviously, we all wanted him. And then I wanted Steph Castle, and they got him. So it's been on a roll, and I just get really excited when I can see any type of connection, right? After we got Wemby, it was cool to see that connection between Sohan and Wemby and how they played against each other as kids. And now with this, I just love to see it. I love to see Dylan Harper with Carter Bryant, balling it up. I love to see another player that I want with Wembanyama. Hold on, I'll bring that picture. I think I still got it up. I don't think I exited out. Here we go. Yeah, we got Wemby with Reno hanging out. We got Wemby and Reno playing chess together, right? That was another, screw it. We'll just go to all of them. We'll go to all of them. Let's see here. I had to post it again. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we got them hanging out, playing chess. It's just a beautiful thing, man. It makes me excited. So, I don't know. Might be getting my hopes up too much. I might be losing it a little bit. But I just want you guys to know, I get excited when I see these things. I get excited. I was mad when the Spurs passed on Şengün. Maybe it worked out. Wait, hold on. All right, here we go. I was mad when the Spurs passed on Şengün. Maybe it worked out being worse and getting Wemby picked, though. Yeah, you can't really look back and say, dang, we should have did this, because you don't really know what it would have resulted in, right? But, back on that draft, yeah, we can definitely have some hindsight there. I end up liking Primo after the fact, but I had no idea who he was, just like you guys during that. You probably can go back to my live stream at the time, and I was like, who is this? Like, I don't know, because I wasn't keeping up with the draft as much as I do now. But anyways, yeah, Şengün would have been a good pickup. But I don't know. The Rockets are kind of weird place right now. There's rumors that they might try to move him to try to get Giannis. I don't know if that's gonna work. Good luck with that. My order of preferred picks: Bryant, Coward, Sorber, Fleming. Admittedly not read up on Maxim. Yeah, man, check out Maxim. But Maxim at 14, Maxim at 14, in my opinion, is too high. Well, but we'll have to see where he lands because his stock is increasing. But 14 seems a little high for me. I would much prefer a second round pick, or we move up into the first round if we can. But yeah, 14. I don't know about Maxim going 14. That's kind of wild. I think at 14, I'm cool with the Spurs just going after a small forward. Right, we desperately need it, and this is going to be our last draft. I think that we have really great picks, or at least our own picks are going to be great. Well, I guess the Atlanta Hawks pick isn't ours, but I don't know. I just don't want to rely solely on what another team does, and we just don't know. We don't know what the future. That's all I'm trying to say. We don't know what the future holds as far as the draft. Right, we know that we'll have a first round pick every year, which is great. That's super positive. We'll have a decent, maybe mid-range pick, hopefully. Atlanta remain mediocre, but we don't know what it looks like, actually. We don't know what it looks like. But right now, I am hooked on Carter Bryant, but I'm gonna look into other guys, and we're gonna have a better list going forward pretty soon. So don't worry. But anyways, just wanted to show you guys that. I'm sure that some people were like, oh, that's pretty cool. Some people were like, I don't care, but that's fine. All right, guys, literally, I think we might have went through every segment that we had for today. I think we legit went through every segment that we had today. Oop, let me hit that. Wait. What was the other one? I have to look into. You said Behringer? I have to look into him. Did you see the Castle jump shot stuff I sent you, Clan? Oh yeah, we literally went over it. This. I actually saw it from JB first. Where's everyone from in the chat? I'm from Louisiana. Carter Bryant gives Jalen Suggs vibes. Dyson Daniels would be awesome. I wanted Dyson Daniels at 1.2. Clan, I just hit top 100 on Overwatch. That's cool. I gotta get back on Overwatch, man. I've been on Rivals heavy, though. I just hate Rivals matchmaking system. It's so difficult sometimes. Like, I'm like on an 8-game winning streak, but before that, guys, it was like a 7-game losing streak. It's like, what is this? Just put me on teams with people that are actually competent, or try to team up people with like a couple people that usually play support, a couple people that usually play DPS. Just do it that way. It doesn't have to be like role queue. I don't like role queue, but like just make it where it makes a little bit more sense. I shouldn't have a team where everyone wants to pick a DPS and I'm in Grandmaster right now. Like, what are we doing? Grandmaster 1 now. Clan, what can we offer Atlanta for Dyson Daniels? What would you be willing to give them for Dyson Daniels? I don't even know if there's been any talk. I know the Spurs were interested in Dyson during the draft. I don't even know if they would be willing to go after Dyson right now. Did you see the disgusting Knicks fan attack that fan and Brian Windhorst? I saw that. That wasn't cool. Wasn't the fan also like trying to like get at them? I don't know. That was weird. I wouldn't have walked out there with that. I don't want to victim blame though. He's also getting tickets to a game now. Thanks for becoming a member, Jarrett. New York fan is crazy justifying that. Yeah. He was a firefighter. Firefighters are cool. Halliburton got that fan tickets. Yeah, that's what I thought. He got him tickets to like Game 4, right? Who do you guys think is gonna win the championship? Like, it like seems like it's so obvious it's gonna be OKC, but I don't want it to be. I want Milwaukee, not Milwaukee. I want Minnesota to make it and go against like the Knicks or something. I don't know. Knicks. I hope so. I hope it's somebody else other than OKC. Because I don't even hate OKC. I think they're kind of cringe, but like Jared says OKC. I think they're cringe, but like I don't hate them. I don't like their fans though, bro. Some of their fans are just so lame. I'm from Seattle. Please don't let OKC win. Ant-Man. I'm going for him, bro. He's going to have to pull off something crazy. He's a really good player, bro. Pacers versus Wolves. That will be crazy. I think fans got to start getting used to other teams having shots. They really need to get used to it. Because I think the brand is much better now that we don't have like these big franchises making it to the finals every year. It's so much better. So much more refreshing. We're going to be annoying, though. Wemby's going to be so annoying. Windhorse was on a show today talking about the fit with Wemby with Giannis. Yeah, I don't think it happens, man. The league is the most competitive it's ever been. It's so much better now. People that say that they don't like the product, I don't even know what they're talking about. Like, this is so much better. These games are so much better. It used to be one point where you can just kind of ignore the playoffs until the finals. Like, that was not fun. It was not fun just sitting around just waiting for, you know, LeBron and the Warriors to be in the final. Like, no one wanted to see that. Free throw merchant SGA is boring. He does get to the line a lot. Crazy what LeBron and Steph did. Was fun to me. Greatness. Yeah, it's good for them, bro. It's just the road to it was just, it wasn't fun. You just knew we knew exactly who's gonna be in the finals all the time. That's not fun. Like, I wish more of the years would have been like, okay, we expect them to be, but hey, this team could take them out. No, we knew no one could take them out. We knew their teams were too good. It was too stacked. Who's going to take out the Warriors? It doesn't matter what you do. Spurs would give up way too much for Giannis. Not worth it. Spurs would have to give up, yeah. It gets old when it's Lakers versus Celtics or Golden State versus Celtics every year. Yeah, it's not fun. No repeat championships in 2019 is crazy. We're going to change that. Who is your favorite Spurs player of all time? Manu Ginobili. Emmanuel Ginobili. Wemby needs to have the next dominant run. He will. All right, guys. I am getting off. Okay? I need to prepare these videos because I got stuff going on tomorrow and Wednesday, but I'll be back live Thursday night. And also I want to finish this up before it gets too late because I haven't eaten anything. I'm very hungry. Gobert will teach Chet a lesson. Gobert did look quite good. Okay, you guys are getting my hopes up. He did look pretty decent. I think at the end of that last series, he looked pretty decent. So, and they got some rest. We're never getting a Spurs invasion video again. You will. You will. You will. I promise. Clan, wait, one more thing. What's up? Warriors looking at Derek White. Really? Sure. Go Spurs go. Was that the one more thing? Heck yeah, go Spurs, go. Does anyone want Reno even more on the Spurs now that we know he spent time with Wemby? Yes. All right, guys. I will give it to you later. Everyone have a good night. You will be getting another Spurs invasion video. I think I just have too high expectations. What I need to do is just have the script, talk it out, or more so just like talk, you know, not do it how I was doing it. Clan, I miss Spurs invasion. I got you. We're gonna be all right. All right, guys. Love you. Talk to you.